こんにちは。Welcome to this channel. This video is for absolute beginners in Japanese. First, you'll listen and then I'll explain. This mark is called wakaba mark and means beginner. It has nothing to do with drifting cars. You only have to display this mark for 1 year after getting your driver's license. Anyway, you will hear 私はこれを食べます。I eat this a lot in this listening. Try your best to catch it. それでは、リスニング、スタート。あ、食べます。私は食べますよ。何をですか？これを私は食べます。私はこれを買います。そして私はこれを食べます。私もそれを食べます。私がこれを買います。だから私がこれを食べます。私が買います。私はこれを友達とあそこで食べます。あ、待ってください。はい、どうぞ。ありがとうございます。This action is called 二度見。二度見 means looking at something a second time because it surprised you or caught your attention. 食べます。私は食べますよ。For the purpose of this explanation, let's use 私はこれを食べます。I eat this as an example of a basic Japanese sentence pattern. By the way, this is usually pronounced ha, but as a particle, it is pronounced wa. Yeah, I hate exceptions too. English usually follows the SVO word order, subject, verb, object, while Japanese follows SOV, subject, object, verb. However, Japanese often leaves out information that is clear from the context. So instead of saying 私はこれを食べます I eat this, people might just say 私は食べます I eat, or even simply 食べます If the context is clear, that's perfectly natural in Japanese. But like this listening practice, if someone suddenly says 食べます eat with no context, you might think, okay, eat what? 食べます Wait a second. What does the yo at the end of a sentence mean? These are sentence ending particles that add feeling or nuance to a sentence. Japanese has many of them, such as yo, ne, ka, and more. For now, beginners just need to know that they exist. You might be thinking, why am I learning this right now then? Because adding these sentence-ending particles makes your Japanese sound much more natural. So I just wanted you guys to know that they exist. 何をですか? If someone says, 私は食べます、食べます and another person asks, 何をですか? That is the shortened form of 何を食べるのですか? What are you going to eat?Because the verb has already been mentioned, there is no need to repeat it. You can use this with past tense verbs as well. For example, 飲みました I drank. 何をですか? This is the shortened form of 何を飲んだのですか? If you want to ask who eats, you can say 誰がですか as a shortened form of 誰が食べるのですか? Be careful not to use 誰は because that is not the natural question in Japanese. I will explain the difference between は and が later in this video. これを私は食べます。Japanese is basically an subject-object-verb language, but word order is flexible. Object-subject-verb order like これを私は食べます is also possible and still correct. Word order in Japanese can be flexible because grammatical rules are shown by particles, not by word order. Is it complicated? Please think of it in a positive way. In conversation, word order can be somewhat flexible and still be understood. 私はこれを買います。そして私はこれを食べます。これ、それ、あれ are basic Japanese words often used to point to things or events. これ refers to something the speaker is holding or that is right in front of them. それ refers to something a little away from the speaker but visible, or something near the listener. あれ refers to something that is far from both the speaker and the listener. Even if something is far from the speaker, if the listener is near it, it is referred to as それ。私もそれを食べます。Changing the particle は to も makes it mean I also eat. 私がこれを買います。だから私がこれを食べます。私はこれを食べます。私がこれを食べます。Even though the particle change, both sentences are translated as I eat this. Then, what's the difference? In very simple terms, what marks the topic? As for me, speaking about me. While が marks the focus or emphasis. I am the one, me specifically, not others. Using が feels like zooming in on the subject and putting the focus on it. 私が買います。私はこれを友達とあそこで食べます。As I mentioned already, Japanese word order is more flexible than English. You can often change the order of phrases without changing the basic meaning, as long as the particle stays the same. The verb usually comes at the end of the sentence. ここ、そこ、あそこ are used to indicate places. ここ refers to the speaker's location. そこ refers to a place slightly away from the speaker or near the listener. あそこ refers to a place that is far from both the speaker and the listener. Even if the place is far from you, if it is where the listener is, it is called そこ。あ、待ってください。はい、どうぞ。ありがとうございます。I have free PDFs on Patreon to help you study Japanese. Check them out. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.